like it. Keep listening. Yo, it's a Saturday, I'm home, 6:30 chillin', surfing the internet to see what I'm feeling. Laying on Blog Talk, see what they dealing. Came across the barbershop.
The early stuff that I've seen from the game is amazing. But first, I want to tell you guys a little story that I told the boys over at EA about why this is a universal sport. First of all, I believe fighting was the first sport ever on this planet. Before a guy hit a ball with a stick, before a guy threw a ball through a circle, two men were put on this earth, somebody threw a punch, and whoever was standing around ran over and watched, okay? That's what I truly believe. And I'll tell you why this thing works everywhere. Because I don't care what color you are, what language you speak, or what country you come from, we're all human beings, fighting's in our DNA, we get it, and we like it. Anybody disagree with that? This game is going to be amazing. I'm so pumped up for all the fans all over the world. These guys do an amazing job for production and marketing, and fight fans everywhere will get to experience this game.
Dana, thank you so much. Listen, you heard it here today. So now you get to feel what it's like when that cage door slams closed behind you. You get to feel the fight with champions like Ben Henderson and John Jones. But before we unveil our first trailer, let's talk about a couple of groundbreaking new features that gamers are going to love and get to see this week at the show. First, our new MMAI system. It lets fighters organically alter the strategies throughout the fight. This is a huge part of fighting, and it takes a unique level of intelligence. John Jones, this man here, is one of the smartest fighters in the octagon. His fight with Charles Sonnen was a perfect example.
Yeah, like for example, in my last fight, I was fighting a guy that was a magnificent wrestler. I knew he was going to try to take me down, so I took him down first. I did exactly what he expected me not to do, and that's what fighting's about. It's about improv skills and mixing it up.
So that's what it takes in the octagon. But you want to be an ultimate fighter. You want to know what it feels like to be punched in the face. Well, listen, the human body has a visceral reaction to being hit. So we built a brand new technology that lets gamers see and feel how bodies respond to every strike and every submission. It's full body deformation, and no other fighting game has ever done this before.
When I catch someone in my geeky choke, there's no space between us. I'm squeezing hard enough to finish the fight. Bringing that into the life, it makes it 100% authentic to what we as fighters feel inside an octagon.
Listen, these are just two of our new gameplay features, but there's a lot more to come. The game launches worldwide on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 next spring.
Like I said before, nobody does it better than these guys. I've been waiting for this deal for a long time. And I'm not just saying UFC fan. If you are a fight fan, this is going to be the best fight game ever made.
I hope you love the trailer.
Hi, this is Mike Knoxxx. I'm here at E3, and I'm sitting here live with one of the creators for the UFC Next Generation game for UFC EA Sports, my man Brian Hayes. What's going on, Brian?
Not much, just having fun here at E3, first day, exciting stuff.
Well, everybody want to know, you guys are taking over UFC this year.
Yep.
THQ's had it. They're gone now. The Kings of Games are back. Listen, people, EA the king. That's just it's the truth. Now, what can we expect differently from EA taking over this game over THQ? A lot of fanfare. Everybody's looking forward to this. You got the guys came out. Dana Dickhouse White came out. That's not disrespectful. That's his production company. It's Dickhouse production. I'm just saying. But anyway, John Jones and all were in the building. You had a big presentation yesterday with EA. Are we going to be grateful to have this game? Or are we going to wish it was back on THQ?
I think you're going to be grateful that this partnership has come to fruition between the EA Sports and the UFC. People saw at the press conference yesterday, talking about Ignite technology and the next generation of games. It's been a perfect storm, really, with the fact that we got this UFC deal, and there's a next generation of consoles coming out, and we have the launch of Ignite technology. So the stuff that we're going to be able to do, and again, yeah, this isn't to knock people that make games before, but hey, they didn't have, the Xbox One and the PS4, and they didn't have Ignite technology to make the game with. And so we're looking at leveraging the power of the next-gen consoles and Ignite technology to do things that just weren't possible before. A variety of things. Specifically, our goal is really to make the users feel the fight in a way that they've never been able to do before. Some of the most expressive, realistic facial animations so that you know what your fighter's feeling from second to second during the course of the fight. A real-time exertion system that does dynamic skin discoloration and vascularity changes during gameplay. a full body deformation system, so that when you're throwing a choke or a triangle on somebody, you see the flesh impacting against each fighter.
So no more of them pushing button type things to get a submission on that drives people crazy.
I mean, we talk about the submission game. The details of how we want to execute on that are, to come as we move down the road. We're very early development, but one of the things that the EA Sports UFC team did right out of the gate, we announced the partnership a year ago at E3. Right. Shortly after that, we got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt from Vancouver. Adam Ryan, shouts out. Came in to start teaching the gameplay and animation team Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And a lot of guys on the team actually had prior experience that I learned firsthand because they armbarred me really badly one day. But we learned right away, like, hey, the submission game, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is not a game where you can just press a button and guess what? You have a rear naked choke locked on 100%. There's a battle for position and leverage that goes through stages somewhat. And both fighters, the offensive and defensive guy, have the ability to advance or escape throughout that process. And we want to deliver that level of authenticity, a stage-based, more strategic system, as opposed to just a press a button, there's the submission, and let's hammer on something to try and finish it off. To really bring some of the, forgive my language, but the beauty of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to the mixed martial arts game.
You said beauty, but excuse your language. We don't want to be disrespectful out there to them. Now, this is probably a little too far to come, but can you give us any sense of maybe of the fighters that will be able to gain that amount of...
It'll certainly be good. Today, as far as specifics as to what we're announcing on the roster, the only people we're talking about right now are people that and that's John Jones, King Velasquez, and Benson Henderson. And then obviously, we'll see the other stuff. So, as far as roster announcements, we'll feel like specific announcements today, but you can expect there to be a good amount of fighters. Enough guys, I got a roster to go now, I'll ask you, say, what's the backdrop? It's still the fight. That's important because sometimes you play these games. That's everybody will go, I feel like I'm just making that's what I was so that's pretty much the basis of the whole thing. We're on the fight. I'm not going to talk about like the last fight. I mean, there's a lot of people whether or not you're going to feel it. We're not talking about wanting to put on some kind of triggers. Oh, yeah, that's a tricky one. But certainly connect and all the motion capture stuff. I don't think you want to make people learn how to showtime kicks and delivery. There's no breaking all kinds of bases and, remember the Elvis plates or whatever they have.